Alec coming back at you from Ecom Square, and today I'm going to be making a video outlining exactly my Facebook ads targeting strategy. And this strategy can allow you to eventually scale your ad set to make over $1,000 a day. Okay guys, so we're now in the user interface for Facebook ads. I've moved in a little bit just to look at the exact targeting, what I do. I just want to quickly go over some key points. Let me just move this around. Some key points that I'm going to go over. Number one is that you want to target people who live in the country that you're targeting, because what Facebook does is, if you don't specify that you want to target people who live in a specific country, it'll actually market your product or whatever ad you're running to people that are temporarily in that country, and they're not going to want to buy stuff because they either don't have like a permanent residence, or they're not as inclined to buy things when they're not permanently in the US. Target people who are over the age of 21. Guys, there's pretty good evidence that people that are under the age of 21 are less likely to buy online because they don't have a credit card or they don't have as good of an income. So make sure you make the minimum age 21. A minimum of 2 interest intersections. If you don't know what this is, I'll go over this later on, but basically you want to flex multiple interest points to get the most high quality targeting for your product. You want to target audience between 200k to 2 to 3 million, ideally 500k to 1 million. You don't want to have too specific of an audience, because when you want to scale your product, you don't want your ad to exhaust too quickly, and also you don't want to have too broad of an audience, because then it's not specific enough of targeting, and basically you're not going to get enough unique link clicks, you're not going to get enough of a return on investment because it's not targeted enough, guys. Avoid overly broad terms when you're putting in the interests of the target market. There are some exceptions to this. I only allow broad terms when you have multiple interest points. You might be wondering what a broad term is. A broad term is like jewelry or sport. It's too broad, but there are exceptions for this, guys. Begin your campaigns at midnight. The reason you want to begin your campaign at midnight or 0 AM or 0 hours is because you want Facebook to strategically and effectively spend your ad budget over a 24-hour period. Some people might start, I know some people make the mistake of starting the ad when there's 6 hours left in a day, so Facebook is forced to spend X amount of dollars in a short period of time, and it doesn't optimize correctly, and it's just a waste of money, guys. At the bottom, you want to remove Instagram/audience network and Messenger. Only want to market your product or your ad to Facebook. Make sure you only target feeds and suggested videos if you're using videos, and that's it. If you're getting confused about any of this, guys, don't worry, I'm going to go over all of this later on. And for testing products, only select the United States. Okay, now that I've gone over everything, I'm going to do an example of a product that I'm going to market. I'll actually do a couple of examples for you guys, just so you guys get a really good understanding of how to target effectively. So right now, I'm going to target a cat flower fountain. So it's basically an electronic fountain. So how would I go about this? I would go about this by putting in United States. Right now, because I live in Australia, it's default Australia. So I'll change it to United States. And then people who live in this location, because right now it's everyone in this location. You don't want that. You want it to be people who live in this location. Also name it cat fountain. You want to be consistent, guys. Then move to 21 and older, okay? Change the language to English all, and I would maybe push this down to 55. Don't always do that, by the way, guys. It depends on your product. So what would I do next? I would type in cat, okay? Cats. Now, this is a bit too much of a broad term. This is what I meant. But what I would do is type in cats so that you can click suggestions, and then Facebook will give you a bunch of cat pages. So I would take out cats and then go to I love cats, cat lover. I've looked at all these pages before. They're all dedicated cat fan pages and stuff. So we now have 3.9 million people. That's good enough for now. I would go down here, flex another interest section. Now guys, you need to realize that Facebook actually has so much data, depending on where you're from. It has so much information on people that you don't realize. I mean, you can go into browse and go into demographics, and you can see their relationship status, their work, their politics, whether they have parents or if they are parents, what kind of mom they are, if they have grade school kids, high school kids, mums of preschool kids, new mums, stay-at-home mums, trendy mums. Like, you gotta really look into everything with Facebook. They give you so much, and I feel like so many of you guys out there are not utilizing the targeting that there is. But what I would do is type in, I always do this, and type in engaged shoppers and shoppers, okay? And basically Facebook knows who on Facebook has a higher propensity to buy and shop online. So put them in. We're now down to 2.1 million people. We're now entering the target range, kind of, but I want to make it a bit more specific. So now further, and by the way, before I talked about flexing interest sections, this is what I mean. So we're now at the third interest section. Now, the problem with this right now is that just because people like a cat page, it doesn't mean they own a cat. So we now need to put in interest, an interest point, where it's more likely that the people that are in this third targeting section are actually going to own a cat. So I think you can type in cat owner. There you go. If you hover over this, it actually says purchase behavior, pet products, cat owners. So we're now down to 430k. Now this is really good, guys, but we can make it a bit better. Hit the suggestions button. Now this is all too broad. Maybe you can go to Google and type in cat products USA. Because think about it, a person who's buying a cat product is going to have a cat, right? So PetSmart, okay. Hold on a second. What am I doing? PetSmart. Maybe we can go back to Ads Manager and type in PetSmart. I want to get a specific cat food and products. Here we go. So take out PetSmart. Okay, I didn't change too much, but maybe we'll get some better suggestions. No. Cat Lady, Modern Cat Magazine, International Cat. Okay, another thing, guys. I really recommend putting in like a cat magazine. Anything magazine related is really good because they're going to be people that are the most passionate and very high likelihood that they're going to own a cat. Let's see. You just really want to find things that indicate that a person is really into cats and has a cat, because this is them being into it, and this section is them actually owning one. What I could do is maybe add more broader cat pages so I can increase my audience size. Must love cats. As you can see, it's going up. Okay, awesome. Cat Planet. Cool. International Cat Association. Life with Cats. I love my cat. Okay. Create Black Cat Rescue. I'm trying to find big ones so I can speed this video up for you guys. 8 minutes in. Cat Fanciers Association. Okay, we have a decent. This is a really good. Sorry, it's just my dad in the background. Okay, we now have 670,000 people. That's a really good audience size. But what happens is when you remove Instagram and Audience Network and Messenger, it does shrink considerably. So we now have to go back up. This is going to have a checkbox if you've uploaded your video and selected it down the line. So make sure you check that. But I'd basically go back up here and continue to put a cat interest. And okay, I don't want this video to be way too long, but what I would basically do is go to Google and look up specific cat brands. And if people have an interest in that, there's a very high chance to actually own a cat. And I would do that until I get between 500,000 to 1 million people of an audience size. I would do that and then edit the placements like that. And then make sure that I set my start date to 0 hours, which means it's gonna be at midnight. And that's basically how I would do it. Now, say you're struggling, what you can do is go to Audience Insights. Okay, so Google Audience Insights for Facebook. But I've got a quick bookmark here, so I'm just gonna go away. A quick bookmark here. What you can actually do is this interface allows you to effectively look at what kind of target audience you're dealing with. So if you type in cats, for example, it's actually going to show you the age range of people that are interested in cat pages. So it's mostly 25 to 34-year-olds, and then it tapers down. If you type in, I don't know, cat owner, cat product, cat food, and hit page likes. Here you go, Fancy Feast, Nutrish for cats, Purina 1. Okay, I could easily just go back here and just type in Purina. That's too broad. I want to push it to Fancy Feast. I'm pretty sure that's just a cat brand. Fancy Feast. There you go, boom. Didn't add much, but now I can get suggestions. Friskies is a cat brand. Boom, that's an extra 20,000. Whiskers is a cat brand, I'm pretty sure. Meow Mix. And just like that, I would slowly add in cat brands until it goes to 500,000 plus. And now you're going to have people who like a certain cat page that are also an engaged shopper or shopper, and people who are very likely to own a cat. And that's how you effectively target. So what I would do is basically test the cat product with this kind of audience and slowly scale over time. And once it proves to be profitable, you just add to the budget. And I've been doing this for so long now, and you can easily make thousands of dollars a day when you fully scale your product ad. I will make a much more in-depth video demonstrating exactly how to scale a product and how to write an ad copy, how to go into product research, but I just want to show you exactly how to target correctly, because I know a lot of you guys out there are just doing this. You're just going, you have like a cat product and you're just typing in this. You're literally doing this. You're going cats, and let's say you have a cat necklace, and then you're going narrow and you're typing in necklace, and then that's it. And what you don't realize is, guys, is that cats is such a broad interest group. Like, there could be like a character in like a movie that happens to be shaped like a cat person, and if they like that movie, Facebook will group them under the cat sub interest. Or if they like a character in a TV show and that character owns a cat, Facebook might take that person and put it in the cat like subgroup or like umbrella. And so you're going to be targeting all these people that don't have a cat, or two aren't even that interested in cats. And necklace could be literally anything. Like it's too broad. You got to make it more like specific. Thanks again for watching, guys. I really appreciate the support. At the time of this video, I think I have like 20 views on my channel, but I'm sure that's going to change really quickly as I push more and more content out. If you enjoyed the video or you found this helpful at all, I really recommend dropping a like below. And if you have any questions for me, dropping a comment below with a specific question. And also, if you enjoyed this content or it helped you at all, would really recommend subscribing as well. It's free, it helps both of us, and it lets me know that I'm making the right kind of content. Anyway, I'm Alec from Ecom Square, and I'll catch you next time.